All right, Chris McGinnis is here. We're just talking about, poor Central and Eastern Oregon. We've got it good right here.
Yeah, but east side of the state, man, it's just smoke for days.
Too bad, yeah.
Maybe weeks. I mean, what we really need is just rain and cool temperatures, and this is not the time of the year for that. So
really.
It is the time of the year to get that marine push, which we had this morning here in the valley. It burned off. It is not burning off of the coast right now. This is the live look from the Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City, and you can barely make out Cascade Head off in the distance. 62 right now there. I think there's maybe the inkling of one or two blue patches there from Seaside, but even here along the north coast, we're pretty socked in, and it may be quite a while before we see some sun breaks there. Meanwhile, I showed you that time lapse before the commercial break, and the cloud cover over the springs of the waterfront. You can see now that that is all gone, and we've got blue sky over the Portland-Vancouver metro area, and the temperatures are responding accordingly. We're up to 75 degrees. We'll take you out to Oregon's Veterans Home in the Dalles. There's a light breeze there. You can see Mount Hood off in the distance. There is some haze there. The north-northwest winds are sustained at 14. It's also quite warm. The Dalles already up to 87 degrees. That side of the state will be warm and breezy. Wind gusts on the order of 30 to 35 will be whipping through the east end of the gorge this afternoon and once again tomorrow, which means that the firefighting efforts there are going to be tested with all the numerous fires that are burning. And of course, anything that could throw a spark could very easily ignite a new fire. So that's something that you need to be exceptionally mindful of across that part of the state. And even here in the valley, the fuels are dry. It wouldn't take anything to start a fire. So that should be the top of everybody's mind here. Hazy, smoky skies east of the Cascades. Bend getting up to 92, 93, John Day 95, LeGrand 94. Up and down the Willamette Valley in the I-5 corridor, temperatures today a good 4 to 6 degrees warmer than they were yesterday because we don't have the cloud cover to burn off in the afternoon. That's already gone. The north coast may see some sun breaks this afternoon, but kind of tough sledding for now. There's our weather maker for the weekend. Low pressure off the northwest coast. That's going to kick up the marine layer. So despite the sunshine today, fast forward into tomorrow morning, we'll get another good push of marine cloud cover, I think, overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning. Once that burns off, the higher clouds with that storm system are going to drift in. So the end result, I think, is going to be a mostly cloudy, cooler day here in the Willamette Valley for Saturday. This may be even enough to touch off a sprinkle at the North Oregon coast and in the Coast Range, especially tomorrow night and early Sunday, where we will still have some cloud cover in the morning before that eventually erodes to give us a pretty decent looking finish to our weekend. So with that in mind, mostly cloudy, cooler tomorrow here in Portland, 75, morning clouds, afternoon clearing, and a high near 80 on Sunday. Our prevailing weather pattern keeps the high pressure and the heat dome, if you will, out over the Four Corners and points east for the next couple of days. And even into early next week, the same weather pattern continues with low pressure spinning off the northwest coast. So that keeps the heat at bay for a little while and keeps us relatively comfortable. I did want to point this out as we get towards the end of our 7-day forecast. So this is looking forward to next weekend. There are some signs that that high begins to build west. And if this does materialize, this could become a pretty hot forecast for the first weekend of August. Again, that's beyond this weekend into next weekend. We've seen that before in the models, and it hasn't necessarily come to fruition. But in the meantime, that's a pretty comfortable 7-day forecast. Tim, 86 today and then a little cooler as we go into the weekend.
Yeah, like I said, we've got it good. Thanks, Chris.